Our exploring took us further around Stanley Island. Anchoring in Stokes Bay, we set out to find some World War relics. Bush commandos operated in these remote outposts set up after the invasion of Darwin by the Japanese in 1942. The radar tower lays a rusted wreck over 50 years after Second World War. These remote stations along the northern coast of Australia monitored the airways and sea for any enemy vessels, a most important line of defence. Friday morning, and time to meet the barge at Flinders Island to pick up our groceries. Trawlers tie up alongside to refuel and to offload their produce of fresh prawns. The fenders are out in case we need to tie up alongside for diesel, but since we only came for our food, we've anchored nearby. The crew were kind enough to deliver our goods, saving us the trouble of motoring over.
Fresh veggies. Yum.
Groceries packed away, we are heading out to the reef to make the most of the light winds and magnificent weather. Although there's not enough wind for sailing, we don't mind a bit of motoring to get us out to the reef for some awesome snorkelling and hopefully some delicious seafood. Once we were satisfied with our anchoring position, checking that we had enough swinging room if the wind changed, it was time for a snorkel. This part of the Great Barrier Reef is in a zone that allows fishing. You should always check the Marine Parks maps first, as some areas are protected. The Great Barrier Reef is a site of remarkable variety and beauty. Jumping in, it's like entering a different world of magical shapes, colours and creatures. The Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest living structure. It's more complex than a rainforest, with thousands of different corals, fish and crustaceans. It also holds great scientific interest as the habitat of dugongs and green turtles, both endangered species. Once the wind started increasing, it was time to leave the reef and use the wind to continue our journey. We were told Forbes Island is as special as Lizard Island in many ways, providing a very good anchorage in developed winds and crystal clear water to match our beloved Lizard Island.
There's supposedly a well around here somewhere. You ought to see it.
Even the water supply is a remnant of history.
Ay, caramba. Holy cow. Oh, yeah. First cast is like catching barramundi.
Just like Lizard Island, Forbes also had a resident beach demure fisherman living on the island dealing with the obstacles of isolation. Frederick Lancaster died in 1912, most certainly from the hardships that he faced trying to survive in such uncertain conditions. Well, Danelle, all I know is after this I do not want to return to reality.
I agree with that. That's great.